Hello.
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 More gear bubble stuff. We're bubbling. Hopefully we're bubbling.
Amazon today.
Amazoning. Okay, very good. Welcome everyone to our daily success call for Thursday, the 19th of August. John Lavinia here with you. And some of my favorite people. It has already been a tremendous day here in e-commerce land. Let's see some of my awesome friends here. There's Patricia and there's Eddie, Deborah. Good to see you all. There's Joe. Hi, Joe, on Kelly's account, of course. Maggie's here. Laura, Crystal, Scott, and Tina. Of course, Missy's here. Mark, always good to see you, my friend. Hi, Kim, out there in the wilderness. Good to see you with your tree. There's Gypsy. Hey, Gypsy. And Velvet's driving, apparently. Hi, Velvet. Sarah and Evelyn. Hi, Faith. I just got to meet you today. Hopefully you can hear me now, Faith. I know you were having some internet or Zoom troubles before. There's Michael and Pauline. Kenny,
Yes,
good to see you. Catherine and Denise. Hello, Daniel. And even more people tuning in as we speak. Thank you guys for being here with me. Someone keep me sane, please. I think that's going to be our topic for today. Keep me sane. Who are we going to appoint to keep me sane? Is it you, Jan?
Oh
Is it
my
Missy?
goodness, that's a
No?
tall order.
I can keep you sane right now. You need
Okay.
to be Napoleon Hill's son.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go.
What thought did for Napoleon Hill's son, born without ears, and
Right.
the thing inside that doesn't go to the brain, and
Right.
was able to hear, speak,
Yeah. Bone conductance, right? Is that what we're talking about today?
before they know anything about it.
Yeah.
And he, through his unwavering faith and intensity in his dream, having no idea how to do this, born without ears, he said, "My son will hear." And
Right.
it gives you a lot of inspiration to know that he did this. And when he saw him listening to the Victrola of It's Long at Tipperary, he saw the way his son, and that's the way he began to talk to his son. And his son began to believe him because he told him from the time he was an infant, "You will hear, you will hear." Even though Napoleon Hill didn't even believe it himself at first. He just said it and said it and said it until it became a reality.
Yeah.
Mother Nature bent to his will and to his belief and to his persistence.
His
Wow.
words, his words.
And the word of God, yes.
There you
Well,
go.
he spoke it. He spoke it.
Well, you know what? That inspires me. So thank you. And I remember reading that story, and Napoleon Hill gave three specific things that he did to cause that to happen. And the third thing was that he made his son believe that it would. That
That's
was the
right.
third thing, right?
That's
So for any of you who have read that book, it's Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, and pretty profound, many profound examples in that book. Arguably more profound than, the lead time that it takes for Gear Bubble to manufacture and ship, your coffee cup. I mean, when you look at the hierarchy of problems, right? We've got first world problems here, right? These are tiny little things. And yes, I get it that tech can be tech and, and all that. But look, right now we've got some new friends here who've just tuned in for the first time. Like Faith, who I just mentioned. Hi, Faith. Who not a couple hours ago, couldn't operate her Zoom, account or application, right? And yet here we are. So we're all making progress. In some cases, we're going to be making progress in areas that don't seem, aren't the same as other people, right? So like here's Jan, and Jan's focus has been on progress in this area. And she's having it. And then other people, right? They've got these, these other things that they need to consider and put their attention on in these other areas. And I think that's one of the beauties of the variety of entrepreneurs that we have certainly here in this community, is that we've all got different interests and therefore different aptitudes. And so when we look at how we're going to approach our business, our marketing, and putting our products out into the marketplace, which has even more variables, right? Here's all the the public, right? We've got infinite possibilities here, and I think right there with what Missy just said, where here was this guy Napoleon Hill who was focused on possibilities, not on the problems themselves, okay, but on the possibilities of how to overcome the problems, and then with ways not known in present time, was able to very fortuitously and everything, see these combinations come together, which solve the problem. The question then is, what are we focusing on? And so I know that before I tune in here, and I only got in here like 2 minutes before we went live, so I don't know what you guys were talking about. It sounded like manufacturing and lead times for coffee mugs and whatever. So okay, that's fine and valid. I do print on demand with my books, right? That's a different product. How long does it take for somebody to get a book? Let's say they ordered a paperback from Amazon. I actually don't know. I've sold thousands of copies of my book on Amazon, but how long does it take for you to get that? Most people buy Kindle these days. I think Kindle outsells paperbacks now by, is it 3 to 1 or something? I don't even know. Okay. And it costs less. And I make less on it, but you got it instantly. You've got the book instantly. Personally, I like instant. I like having stuff in my hand. I just ordered a product, nothing to do with what we're doing here with this business, but I just ordered a product online, and it's being shipped from Arabia, and I ordered it, and it'll be here end of month, thereabouts. Okay, fine. It's not like something I desperately need right now in this exact moment, right? Which is another good thing about dealing with, non-essential, subjective value sorts of products. I like the coffee cup. I would like to have the coffee cup. Here's my $20 or $30 or whatever it is, and I'll get the cup. I trust that I will as soon as it gets here, right? In the meantime, I got a whole friggin' cabinet full of cups, right? So it's not like I need some receptacle to hold water right now, or I'm going to die of thirst because I can't cup my hands and drink the water in the desert, right? So, right. So if we put it all in perspective, right, we're looking at lots of variables and lots of technological vias that we're going to accomplish our goals, through, and we're looking at building something here that has never been done to this scale before. Understand that we have time on our side, not just in terms of on a micro sense, like here we are approaching the fourth quarter of the year, which is terribly auspicious, by the way. I mean, that's all hands on deck, right? Fourth quarter. But also in a macro sense, you are getting educated on methods which you can then build on and scale up from, which will serve you for the rest of your life, or for as long as people buy stuff on the internet. I don't think the internet's a fad. I don't think this is going to be supplanted anytime soon with some different mode of communication. I mean, if you look at right now, and this is perhaps, well, not perhaps, definitely augmented by things like COVID, right? So we've got what's called the COVID effect. And that is where people who were reticent to participate in online commerce, communications, whatever, right, are now every day it's Zoom, it's Skype, right? And I feel like an early adopter with all that, because I pretty much lived on Skype for the last, 15 years or so. By the way, it's a great way to get in communication with people. And it's free, right? Unless you're calling out phone numbers and you buy phone credits and whatever. Anyway, I don't know how much money I've spent with Skype, but the point is that there are methods that people who were resistant to participating in because they're old school or whatever. I don't know if I'm old school. I'm only 51, right? So yeah, but I guess compared to some of you, I'm ancient. I'm like the ancient one here on top of the mountain, right? You're talking about Skype. Isn't Skype passe? No, we do that all the time. So here's the consideration for everyone here today, is to put in perspective. Here's your problems, and here's the rewards of having solved them. So if we can just keep looking at the possibilities, right? Here's where we're going with all this. And here's the stuff we're going to accomplish along the way, and more will be revealed on the path. It's not like you're going to know all the drama that leads up to you reaching your goals just because you signed up yesterday or something. There's more you're going to discover as you walk the path. Okay. But the point is that you're walking it in a very timely fashion, not only in terms of, this very, very good time of year, right, to get business going, especially because here it's summer in the Northern Hemisphere, of course, winter down under, but a lot of times people are at the beach, right? They're out, at the lake doing the thing with the family reunion and whatever. So you've got less less noise. Let's say you have time right now to ramp up things so that when all heck breaks loose, you've already got some momentum. Here's what I'm going to suggest. Everyone look at what advantage you can exploit. First, you've got to recognize it. First, you've got to recognize that you have advantages. Okay. And then, hey, Vernice. Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. I'll mute your microphone. But first, we got to recognize that, oh my goodness, we have advantages, right? We're on the internet. We've got suppliers and machinery that we can put in place. Yeah, we're gonna have to turn the wrench a little bit, and we're gonna have to get these things going. Missy spent 6 hours the other day on a chat, support, and oh my goodness, right? But all that stuff's temporary, okay? But look at all these advantages we're securing for ourselves, and then yes, my goodness, sell it what you got, man. We're exploit this now that we've got momentum, now that we've got machinery working for us. And now here comes people, they're coming back from the beach and they're looking for, Mother's Day gifts and Christmas presents and everything else. Well, step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So that's the way I like to look at business. In fact, you know what? Let me offer you this. I have, as many of you know, I have multiple enterprises I've got my hands in, and I'm insanely busy. If you saw my calendar today, you'd probably throw up and crap your pants simultaneously. That's how busy I am, which is wonderful. I'd rather be busy than bored. I don't want to hear crickets. Okay. And so when I look at the the potential, the upside potential for an enterprise or for an opportunity, anything I'm looking to get into, I'm looking at one of the main things is demand, traffic. In other words, are lots of people interested in this sort of an enterprise, or is it going to be like I'm completely starting from scratch and inventing some new market or something? I mean, you could, and that's a tall order. And I would say you may like once you've got momentum here and you've got proof of concept. Of course, well, you've already got that. Right. In fact, that's probably why you're here. There's already proof of concept. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at these success stories. Look at this Rachel person. I mean, look what she's done. Here's this Adam guy. And here's and look, they've spent years building their empire with this. But now they're here to help you do it even faster. For those who want to step up, for those who want to be the student and not be the pioneer. That in some cases, we could say Rachel, she didn't invent print on demand, e-commerce or anything, but she codified it and she organized it in such a way that it can save you years. So yeah, deal with the little tech glitches and the discoveries. Oh, I just discovered that it takes 4 days to manufacture and ship the cup. Okay, great. So that's data. You can have any opinion you'd like about it, but that's the way it is, and it is what it is, right? So we work with what is. And isn't that the way that we succeed at anything? We work with what is. Anything you've got in your life that could be seen as an area of improvement, okay, well, you wouldn't be able to improve it if you didn't confront and look at what needed to be improved, right? So you're solving problems, you're creating opportunities, you're polishing, whatever needs to be optimized, right? But it's because of your direct involvement and acknowledgement of, here's an opportunity. And going back to Napoleon Hill, what did Napoleon Hill say? With every crisis is the seed of an equal or greater opportunity. Here's the point, though. And I just had this conversation with some awesome people, that I don't recognize opportunities when I've got my attention fixated on the problem, on what I can't do, on what's wrong, on why it should be this way, but it's not, it's that way, right? I can only recognize opportunities when I've got the available attention and emotional state to be able to look in present time and work with what is and not with what I think should be. Okay. I've noticed that in my life, I've missed many opportunities for advancement, improvement, for optimization, because I've allowed my attention to be fixated on the out points, right? Here's what I can't do, or here's what's wrong, or here's the deficit, or the seemingly the issue that I can't do anything about. Okay. So what's my job in all this? My job is to stay up, first of all, right? To stay, emotionally present, right? To be able to confront things in present time objectively and to make good decisions based on real data, not assumptions, right? And if I'm going to project anything, if I'm going to use, the mental faculty of, will and thought, is to project, that which I want, right? Here's the goal. Here's the guaranteed future outcome. Here's where I'm going, despite and with all of this drama that leads up to it. But I have to hit that destination. All roads lead to that. Okay. And I don't even know what the road looks like yet, but I know it leads there. Right. So if we're going to assume anything, let's assume that. Okay. And we get, what we think about. What we think about expands. What we validate, we get more of that. Right. So I validate that there are solutions. I validate that, this is good and right. This being whatever we're engaged in. Okay. And the more you experience that, the more you actually prove that to yourself, the less you need to deliberate with yourself about it. Right. Do you think Rachel has any doubt about being able to make $100,000 a month or whatever she's making with her coffee cup, enterprise, which is one of her enterprises, right? She's vague about any of that or hoping it works. No, it's self-evident at this point, right? Can you piggyback on that? Can you go ahead and hitch your wagon to that emotionally, right, and psychologically to that train of expectation? I would argue that you must. Otherwise, why even take the training, right? I mean, you're here for what? For a result. Well, then let's assume that those results are coming, and then let's just learn whatever we got to learn en route to getting that result. This isn't rocket surgery, guys. There's way more costly and complicated methods that you could employ, and I could tell you all kinds of stories about them because I've been around a little while. You've chosen well. Now, knowing that, I think brings up a certain amount of confidence, enthusiasm, and emotional state, which allows you to, once again, have attention that you can put on opportunities. How I can solve that problem. Here's where I can get support on that issue, right? I know a lot of you are brand new. I made, semi-jokingly yesterday, I made put attention on Missy because she's been here for 2 whole months and she knows stuff. Right. And she's not the only one. OK, but I know she's rather vocal in this group. And I love you for that, Missy. Everyone loves you, by the way. Let's give Missy some love in the chat over there. So here she is. So here she is being very helpful in this group just by showing up. Right. And sharing what insights she's gained. She's very intelligent, too, by the way, in case you're wondering. I know she doesn't boast about herself, but she knows stuff. Yeah, see that? Look at all the love Missy's getting right now. There you go, Missy. Take a screenshot of the chat. But just in case you forget, all right? Just in case you forget how awesome you are. In fact, you could all do, maybe we'll showcase one member a day. How many people? We got 67 people on here live right now, plus everybody on YouTube. Maybe we'll showcase one new member a day, and we can have you come out here and, we could all talk about how great you are. Right? Who's up next? We'll get Jan out here next. But so, see right there, it's like there's this gradient, right? And here's the mountain, and we could say that Rachel's here on top of the mountain, and when we start, we're here on the valley, right? And Missy's like, 100 yards up the mountain or whatever. But compared to being in the valley, that's like, what a better view from 100 yards up. My goodness, I see stuff now, right? You're going to see more will be revealed. Okay. But the point is to acknowledge each win and know that there is higher on the mountain. That does exist. There it is. We're not experimenting here. There's the friggin' mountain right there. Okay. Start climbing. All right. And then, your legs hurt a little bit. Well, thank goodness for that. Now, you're alive. Right. So in fact, I need to hike. I have been staring at a computer screen way too much the past couple of weeks. I need to go hike because I feel like Gumby right now. And I deserve to use my muscles. I'm done talking. We've got some hands up here. Let's go with Mark and then Rose and then Michael. Hey, Mark, come on out, brother. Save me here, man. I'm babbling.
No,
what's up?
That's great. What kept coming up for me is if I'm specific on my what I want, and the why, the how will look after itself. So
Yes.
Talk about the mountain. You see the mountain. I want to be up in that mountain, and I want it because of this ... The how will look after itself. I may think I want to go this way, but life will make me go this way, up and around, and in a way that I would not be aware of. So what you were sharing kept shouting out at me in that if I'm clear on my what, if I'm clear on my why, very specific in my what I want, the how will look after itself. So all this stuff that's coming up with Amazon, that's the how. That will come as long as I'm very clear on my what and my why. And by the way, Joan, I love your quote, your statement here. Boredom is the insult to your brain. I love that. I'm going to steal that. So that's great. So that's what I wanted to share. It was just coming up to me and yelling at me.
Very good. Thank you. I didn't see that because I don't, channel words and read at the same time. So I'll have to check the chat roll for that. Thank you, Joan. And thank you, of course, Mark. Let's go to Rose and then Michael. Hey, Rose, looking awesome as always. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, John. I want to thank you again, because as I said before, it's so good to hear you. I could stay here the whole day. But I wanted to come earlier to ask Missy because I know she's the expertise here about everything. And you see, because you just said not she has the expertise on everything. You see, you said don't focus on the problem, and I'm having now an issue that I don't seem to be able to resolve. And I was all positive, as I said to you. I have my 51st designs, and already husband looked at, so I was ready to go. Then on Monday, I signed up to this gear bubble, and I still can't have my account. So I've tried everything, and no results. So I've put a post on Facebook, our Facebook group, which I'm not very active because I don't have as much time as I would like to interact with people there. And then a lot of negative comments came up with the same issue. And that was not my intention. My intention was to find someone there that had been with the same situation and solved. But I didn't really have that. Everybody was like, hey, yeah, it's very frustrating. I said, oh my God. And I didn't want to get into that frame of mind. Even Adam, the guy that the boss, Facebook boss there, he made a comment there, asked me to do something that I already did. So I've asked help from the actual course as well. I had no response yet. So I'm stuck because I can't get into Gear Bubble even,
We're going to get you unstuck right now. Do you see what Judith and Missy put in the chat there? Seller@gearbubble.com. I would go ahead and blow up their inbox. And if anybody from Gear Bubble is listening right now, you're welcome. And also there's a Gear Bubble Facebook group. Okay.
There's a Gear Bubble Facebook group. I didn't know that. Right. No, I did. I've had about 5 or 6 emails with them. And wait a second, I'm on the phone. 1 second. Sorry. 5 or 6. Sorry, guys. I've got a 4-year-old here now in the middle of the. Yeah. So I've done everything, and I don't know. He said, don't focus on the problem. I normally don't, but in this case, I'm almost 5 days now waiting, and I have nothing.
Okay, so a little tip, and I'll let you get back to your kids. But a little tip from everyone: more communication is always better than less communication. Okay, so blow it up, right? Make it known. And also, does everyone here know how to take screenshots, like with your computer? Yeah. So on a Mac, it's Shift Command 3 grabs the whole screen. Shift Command 4 grabs a section, whatever you select. Okay, on a PC, it's something else. I don't know what it is on a PC. But I use Shift Command 4 all the time, right? Look at that, right? So it's like evidence. And so you just document everything. And this way, nobody's vague about what you're trying to communicate and what the problem is and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep trying anyway. It's good to come over here every day, then puts a good mindset back. Good. But I just wanted to share. I might come earlier tomorrow and talk to Missy maybe.
Okay. You know what we might do? Yeah. We might introduce like a group meditation session or something where we all just sit here and be quiet. That might be therapeutic. Thank you, Rose. Glad to see you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Yes, sir. Michael, you've got the floor, sir. Michael. Michael.
Mute. There we go. The little guy wasn't grabbing the unmute button.
All right.
I found that Pixplosion was a very easy and accelerated way to do what I was doing initially.
Mhm.
And it was nice because it already starts with a transparent background. And I
Mm.
thought that's the one thing that was the problem with the other things. However, my issue is every time I go to save it, it gets stuck on the save. It doesn't actually, it just keeps saying saving preview, and that gets stuck. So when I close that window, I go back and it wipes out everything I've just done. So I'm wondering, is there some kind of trick to saving this? And I did open an account, so it's under my account. And I've done this 3 times now, and the same thing has happened 3 times in a row. And I'm using Chrome. Now, I'm wondering maybe Chrome is not the way to go. If you have any ideas, I would love to hear.
Mhm. I use Firefox if you're asking what browser I prefer, but
Because I have a Mac as well.
right. Okay. Well, I like Firefox. And actually Safari, I know they botched it and now they redid it, and Safari is actually working good. Chrome obviously has a lot of versatility, but it's also a memory hog. If you ever look at your activity manager, right? If you look at the, who's eating up CPU and who's eating up memory, Chrome is a major offender. So
Okay, I've got like a dozen, well, no, probably about, I can't even count how many windows I have open right now.
okay.
Or how many
Well,
tabs I have
you know,
open. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to use Chrome for certain things. But Safari or Firefox. And if you guys are on Windows machines, then Edge I hear is pretty good. So I don't use Windows much, but I hear Edge is better than the old Internet Explorer. I think it runs on the same engine, but I don't know.
Chrome did really well with Gear Bubble. Like it integrates right away. My stuff loads like in moments. So that's a positive.
Okay, great. Jamie's asking a question here in the chat. For business doing business, having a Mac is better. Can you still use Microsoft programs on Mac? Yeah, if you run a Parallels. I do have Parallels installed for some legacy software that I still run Windows XP for some legacy software that I just refused to get rid of because it was so awesome. And so Windows runs on a parallel virtual operating system, a virtual machine. So here's the core operating system, which is the Mac. And then inside it lives the parallel operating system, which thinks it's in its own world. Okay, works really good. Parallels. They are a marketing company, though. I will tell you that every 6 months they're going to want more money from you because of the new upgrades, and this is the better Parallels than the last one, and this one works with Big Sur, and this one works with the new operating system. And holy crap, give us more money, give us more money. I upgrade like once every 2 years or so, and I say no to all their other ones. So because all it does is run Windows. That's all it does. Anyway, great question. Thank you, Jamie. Any other, Michael, will you complete? Yes. Okay, good. I see.
Well, it didn't really answer my question. There was no answer for that question.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So sorry about that.
No,
I'm
that's
not
fine.
a tech support guy. If you want to talk philosophy, give me a call. We'll talk. Right. All right.
Well, I just say what
yeah.
Justin did his yesterday, it went really smoothly. And I'm just wondering, like I say, am I doing something incorrectly? Or maybe when I get to the part where we're going to save it, I take a screenshot, and then if it doesn't work, I can use a screenshot because it gets to be a PNG and a screenshot.
Sure. Yeah, PNGs work good. Hopefully that answers your question. So thank you, Michael. And maybe I wasn't even hearing the question, but you're awesome. I'll leave you with that. So Cynthia's got her hand up and Maggie's got her mic hot. So who wants to talk next, Maggie or Cynthia?
Can I just say something to Michael's point? Okay, Michael, 2 things. I'm a Mac user for a way long time, and I use both Chrome and Safari in Pixplosion, whatever it is. Yeah, the one you were just talking about. And I find sometimes just if you just go back and forth, but I also find that, like to your point, if you have a lot of tabs open, it might help to close some of those. Also, I've had times where I just X out the save box, and I check for my saved artwork there in the file in Pixplosion, whatever it is. Also, there for the Mac users out there, there's a Chrome app in our App Store for Mac, so you can use both. To John's point, there are parallel programs we can use, but you can use Chrome and Safari on our Macs if you just get the Chrome app out of our App Store.
Fantastic. Thank you, Cynthia. Good times. And someone was asking where the book recommendations were, and there they are. Just put them in the chat. Anybody else before we wrap up today? I've got a crazy
Hello,
calendar.
B-Dog. You already know,
Yes,
B-Dog.
Johnny.
My guy. What's up, my guy?
What's up, man? Doing good.
How's everybody doing? You know, I had to chime in for my 2 minutes. It didn't take up too much time. I just
Okay.
I wanted to just do a little testimony. You know, back to the secret we were talking about yesterday. How they were like, you know, you want to try to create your day to where, like, what would your day look like if you were where you already want to be? And right now, yesterday was my first piano lesson that I had in 18 years. I got about 10 years of experience on the piano.
Wow.
So it was like, so it's like now, like my day between the gym, this little mastermind, the drop shipping, the piano, like now, like starting Monday, my day will really be structured that, like, if I already had like millions and millions of dollars, what would a normal Monday through Friday look like? And it's going to look like that on Monday.
Wow. Wow, Johnny. So not only did you meet the girl yesterday, but you got the piano lessons going. Wow.
It's real. That's secret real. I got a meeting with one of y'all today at 3, and I'm gonna let y'all know how it go. Everybody listening, don't even trip. I'm gonna be full transparent. If it's good, I'm gonna tell you. If it's bad, I'm gonna tell y'all. So I'll chime in tomorrow too.
Sounds good, my friend. All
All right,
right.
man. Appreciate everybody. Good luck to everybody. See y'all later.
All right. See you
tomorrow.
soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up with that. I will see you all on tomorrow. Some of you I'm meeting with today. And so let's get excited. Let's get it done. It's so good to be here with you all. Tomorrow's Fun Friday. So bring your pets. I want to see some dogs, cats, frogs, geese, whatever you got, and bring a joke and wear a Hawaiian shirt or a funny hat. All right. We deserve to have some fun.